Hi, everybody. We're so excited to be with you today. We are getting ready to provide a series of virtual concerts for you, and we're calling them the Box Lunch because we're going to release them on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at about lunchtime, around 11:30 Central Standard Time. So tune in. We'll send you an e-newsletter for 3 times a week, and we'll be waiting to hear your feedback, and we'll include little goodies in the box lunch. So I have Stephanie and Jeffrey with me, and I'm in Madison, but Stephanie's in New York City, and Jeffrey's in the Bay Area. Hi guys, I miss you. It's nice to see you. And I have a couple of questions that I want to put to them, and so they're going to tell you what they've been up to. So Stephanie, what have you been discovering about yourself during this stay-at-home period?
I discovered that I love solitude, even though I'm kind of an extroverted person. I've loved having all this alone time to read and cook and connect with old friends and spend lots of family time. I never got to do that much in the past. And I have a former student who is a cloistered nun in Louisiana. And she said, hey, no sweat. I've been doing this for 20 years. So get up every day, put your clothes on, make your bed, and go to work. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I've read some wonderful books. Jeffrey and I have a book club with another friend, and I've read some other books, in addition to that, as well as learning a lot of new music. So it's been a very productive time, if alone.
Jeffrey, what about you? What have you been up to?
Well, I'd say a lot of similar things to Stephanie. I've been reading a lot of wonderful books. Our book club is great. We have been enjoying virtual cocktail hours. I've been connecting with friends and family. We have a family Zoom meeting every weekend, which includes family members who are in Jordan, family members who are on the East Coast, family members in the Midwest, on the West Coast. So it's all over the place. I've also been playing a lot of music for myself, listening to things online. In a way, we can get a lot of things online these days, and it takes some time to listen to all of them. But there's some great things I've heard that have come my way, and it's my hope that some of the things that we provide to our audience will be very well received.
And no doubt, we've all been finding things to do, but at times it gets a little bit heavy. And of course, many of us are isolated. And so, Jeffrey, what music have you turned to for solace or for comfort or for encouragement?
Well, I really turn to the music of Bach. There's a reason why we're called the Bach Dancing and Dynamite Society. Above and beyond the story of how we came up with the name, but we would never call this the Mozart Dancing and Dynamite Society or the Brahms Dancing and Dynamite Society. It just wouldn't be quite the same. Bach is sort of considered to be the foundation of Western music, and there is something that is so direct and profound and elemental about his music. It really speaks to all states of being, I find. And as a keyboard player, there is an enormous amount of music that Bach wrote that I can play. So I've been learning the Well-Tempered Clavier, which is a set of 48 preludes and fugues, kind of one of his many magnum opuses, and I've been working on that. So it's a big project, but a lot of fun to do.
Hey, Stephanie, what about you?
Well, I have to agree with Bach and Jeff. They are some of the most elemental and important music that we have as musicians. And I was so happy at the very beginning of the pandemic. I found this book that I totally forgot that I had, which is a transcription of all the Bach cello suites transcribed for flute. And while I don't always agree with the octave changes, I love having this book. And I've been able to play through almost all of the Bach cello suites. Now, when my son, Trace Johnson, the cellist, hears me doing this, he's like throwing up. But, you know, I don't care. I'm doing it. I'm enjoying it so much. And I've also learned some music by some composers who have some what we call extended techniques, which mean that, you know, like figure out how to play 2 notes at once, or you get these special crazy colors on the flute, and doing some stuff that, you know, it takes a lot of time and that's hard to do when you're on a deadline all the time. So experimenting and fooling around on my instrument has been some of my most fun hours that I've spent not being in a rush and learning something new.
I hear you. It's nice not to be in a rush, not to have one more thing after the other to do, just to sort of sit and be with the music or whatever you're with. So we're going to launch a bunch of concerts, virtual concerts for everybody. And Stephanie, what do you want to communicate to our BDDS friends and fans during our virtual festival?
Oh, geez. I think just hang in there, everybody. You know, somehow, some way, we're going to get through this and be together again. We don't know how, we don't know when, but when we are coming out of it, Bach Dancing and Dynamite Society is going to be there, and we'll be there in full force. I think all of us artists are dying to play for you again. And you'll be hearing that from all of our friends over the next few weeks when we give you these little virtual concerts. But we love you, we miss you, we can't wait to see you again.
Jeffrey, thoughts?
Well, I would agree completely. Our little box lunch series, it's just to remind you, we're still here. We're thinking about you. We are dying to make music for you. Bach's music, as we were saying earlier, it's elemental. It speaks to every state of being. I mean, Bach lived through some of the most incredibly violent times in history. And here we are today living through this crazy pandemic and all the other crazy stuff that's happening in the world. People in the past lived through these things too, and they survived. Bach not only survived, but thrived. It gave fuel to his artistic imagination. And it's our hope that we can share some of our artistic imagination with you, and that we're all going to come out of this better, stronger, more unified as a society, more unified as a people, more hopeful for the future. If we can do that, that's a tall order, but if we could do that, wow, you know, that would be an awesome thing. Music is a pathway to get there, and we hope that we can share that with you.
It's true.
I'll just add one little thing. My friend says music is an IV to the divine. And I think that pretty much sums it up for all of us.
That, and we are the inextinguishable flame. And we are going to serenade you and regale you, and we're going to make you happy in the month of June. So send us your comments and send us your questions, because we'll be interviewing some of your favorite musicians. And we'll see you on the other side. We really will. Bye. Thank you for tuning in. Take care.